Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Om
Om
Namo
Namah
Bhagavate
Bhagavate
Vasudevaya.
Vasudevaya.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Om Namo
Om
Bhagavate
Bhagavate
Vasudevaya.
Vasudevaya.
Om Ajnanatimirandasya Jnananjanashalakaya Chakshurum Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Stapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kada Mahyam Dadhati Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Utapadakamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavamscha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunathanvitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijanasahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakhanvitamscha He Krishna Karuna Sindho Deenabandho Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanusute Devi Pranamami Hari Priye Vancha Kalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhubhya Eva cha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadara Srivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Grantara Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam ki jai. So today is Sharad Purnima, the first day of Karthik. Sharad Purnima is the day on which Sri Krishna performed Rasa Leela with gopis. And this Rasa Leela is described in Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam in 10th canto in 5 chapters, starting from 27 to 32, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31st. 31st, until 31st. So 5 chapters collectively known as Rasa Panchadhyay. The entire description of Rasa Leela is given there. When Krishna was performing Rasa Leela, he was simultaneously present with every single gopi. There are many gopis, there are Ashtasakis and then many gopis. Krishna was simultaneously present with every single gopi. He was dancing with one gopi, he was doing something else with another gopi. He was simultaneously present everywhere. But each gopi was thinking that Krishna was present only with her. Krishna was present only with her. And then, we talked about this, right? Ananya Mamata Vishnu, Mamata Prema Sangataha. That means exclusive ownership with devotion. That is called Ananya Mamata. Just like how Yashodamma, he thinks that Krishna is not God. He is her own, he's her own child only. He is not a joint property. If he is Bhagavan, Bhagavan is a joint property. When other gopis from Vrindavan, they come to Yashodamma's home and they say that, Oh Yashoda, do you know that your son is Bhagavan? He is Lord, he is Supreme Lord. Yashodamma says, no, he is not Bhagavan. Bhagavan means joint property. He is not a joint account. He is my own child, my Lala. He is only for me. And every time Yashodamma used to say, my child, my lala, my lala. So like that, all the parents also, all the mothers also say that, right? Uh, so, so like that, the gopis also, they were thinking that Krishna was exclusively present with them only. Each gopi was thinking Krishna was only available to her. The moment the gopis started feeling that, Krishna, as soon as Krishna sensed little bit of pride, in that feeling in gopis, he disappeared. I mean, the gopis are pure devotees. They don't have pride. They don't have any anarthas in their hearts. But Krishna wanted to teach a lesson to the entire world that as soon as there is a tinge of pride in our heart, Krishna disappears. We should have our heart very clean, free from all the anarthas. Kama, Krodha, Lobha, Mada, Moha, Matsarya. We should be free from all these anarthas. Only then Krishna can come and sit in our heart. And the way to clean our heart is by hearing Krishna Katha. So when Krishna disappeared from that Rasa Leela, as soon as gopis started having a tinge of pride, Krishna disappeared. And then the gopis felt great separation from Krishna. And in that separation, they recited what is known as the most beautiful song called Gopi Geet. That is described in Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam, 10th canto, 31st chapter. There are 19 shlokas, Gopi Geet, 19 shlokas, beautiful. Gopis expressed the heat of distress from the separation of Krishna, the pangs of separation from Krishna. And they were, in one sense, they were expressing. So somebody is asking, are we done with Gajendra? No, we haven't even started yet. So I see a message on the chart. No, we haven't started yet. We will come there, okay? We'll come to Gajendra Stuti. But because today is Sharad Purnima, I just wanted to talk a few minutes about that. So Gopi Geet is a beautiful expression of gopis expressing their Vipralamba Bhava. This is called Vipralamba Bhava. Vipralamba Bhava means love in separation. There is love in union and love in separation. And the love in union cannot be relished better unless somebody experiences love in separation. Vina vipralambena sambhogam tushtim ashnute. So without separation, the meeting or union is not as relishable as it would be. So we can experience that in our life also, right? So when we are away from our children, for example, for a few weeks, the children are in India and we are here. So let's say for a few weeks we haven't seen them. So then when they come back, we experience greater love than before. So that's why there has to be some element of separation, so that the love is enhanced. It can be experienced between any relations, parent and child, lover and beloved, wife and husband. It can be experienced in any relation. But gopis were in Madhurya Bhava, Madhurya Rasa. They were worshipping Krishna in Madhurya Rasa, which is the highest rasa of all the 5 rasas. There are 5 rasas in which one can worship Krishna: Shantarasa, Dasya, Sakya, Vatsalya and Madhurya. Madhurya Rasa is the superset, which includes all the other rasas. Madhurya rasa includes Shanta rasa, it includes Dasya rasa, it includes Sakya, Vasalya, everything. So this is the highest. Madhurya is the highest. So this Vipralamba, even though it can be experienced in other relations also, but it is best experienced in Madhurya rasa. So Gopi sang Gopi Geet, 19 shlokas, very beautiful, expressing the pangs of separation from Krishna. And then they start searching for Krishna. How do they search for Krishna?
Footprints.
Footsteps.
Footprints. Yeah. Krishna's footprints are not ordinary. They are not like our footprints. Krishna's footprints have 19 symbols. The lotus feet of Krishna have 19 symbols. 8 on one foot, 11 on the other foot. So we discussed, some time ago, last month, we discussed this in 1 week. If you go to my YouTube channel, you can see five or six sessions describing 19 symbols of, 19 symbols on the lotus feet of Krishna. So the gopis started searching for Krishna by following his footprints, using these 19 symbols. And then after...
These 19 shlokas means they are related to 19 symbols like that?
Oh, that's a good observation.
Oh.
Beautiful. Only Sarita can notice things like this. Very
I
good.
thought the 19 shlokas means just now you said 19 symbols.
Yeah. Wonderful. That's a good observation. I did not think about that, but yes, that's a good observation.
Oh.
So they were, as they were singing Gopi Geet, they were searching, or as they were searching, as they were walking and searching, following the footprints of Krishna, they were singing Gopi Geet. So maybe they, at every footprint, they were stopping, they were looking at the footprint, they were relishing. See, for gopis, for pure devotees, Krishna and his paraphernalia is not different. Krishna and his name is not different. Krishna and his footprints are not different. Krishna and his pitambar are not different. Krishna and his Venu are not different. So Krishna and his Mayur Pank is not different. So like that, maybe they were stopping at each footprint and then singing one shloka of Gopi Geet. That's why 19. Wow, what a good observation. So I will refer to Acharya's commentary to see if there is any mention of this. But that's a good way to relish this. 19 symbols and 19 shlokas. And then after some time, as the gopis started following these footprints, along with Krishna's footprint, they also saw footprint of another gopi. So they started following, and after some time, they did not see the footprints of another gopi, but only saw Krishna's footprints. And then in the Gopi Geet, they express, the gopis who were singing Gopi Geet, they express, saying that maybe the other gopi also was walking along with Krishna, and then that gopi was tired and Krishna was carrying her. That's why now we don't see the footprints of the other gopi. And then they started following those footprints again, and finally finally, as they were expressing their deep emotions, Krishna appears there. Krishna appears, and then again he continues Rasa Leela. So there's a beautiful description in Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam. Time permitting, we can discuss Gopi Geet sometime, but not now. So maybe a few months later, or maybe sometime next year. We don't know when. But you can listen. You can listen to Gopi Geet on YouTube. I'll send a link with a melodious tune of this Gopi Geet. You can read the description of Gopi Geet in Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam. Okay. So with that, let's see who and all are there on the call. Okay, we have any new people? Shruti is there. Yeah. Okay. Good. So that's little bit about Sharad Purnima, and then little bit about Karthik month or Damodara month. So this Karthika month is celebrated when the star constellation is in the Kritika Nakshatra. Kritika Nakshatra. So that's why the name Kartika. Another meaning of Kartika is this month is named after Radharani. The Adhishtatri Neta for this month is Radharani. The presiding deity for this month is Radharani. Radharani's mother is Kirtida. And Kirtida's daughter is called as Kritida. And that eventually it became Kartida. Kartida, and finally it became Kartika. So Kartika is another name of Radharani that is derived from her mother Kirtida. Kirtida means one who gives Kirti. Radharani she's already famous. She's famous in the three worlds. Just like how Krishna, he is Trijagan Manasakarshi. He's attractive in all the three worlds, three planetary systems. Radharani is famous across the three worlds. But her mother, she is making Radharani even more famous. Just like Yashoda. Yashoda Nandan means son of Yashoda. Yashoda means same meaning. Yashas plus da. One who gives Yashas to Krishna. Krishna is also already famous. But Mother Yashoda is making Krishna even more famous. That's why Yashoda, Kirtida, same meaning. One who makes these two personalities, Krishna and Radha, even more famous than what they are already. So this name Kartika is derived from Radharani's mother Kirtida. So the most famous pastime or Leela that happened in this month is Damodara Leela, in which Mother Yashoda bound Krishna with her love. When Krishna started messing up the milk and butter, ghee and everything in the kitchen, Yashodamma was preparing for Deepavali festival, and she was boiling milk on the earthen stove, not the gas stove, but the earthen stove. She was boiling milk, and then she was sitting there and she was feeding baby Krishna also. And then after a few minutes, the milk that was boiling on the stove started overflowing. So just to save that milk, Yashodamma stopped feeding baby Krishna for a second, and then she wanted to go and turn off the stove. So seeing this, Krishna got angry that my mother is not giving me full attention, 100% attention. So I will go and show my anger now. Then Krishna starts stealing butter, and then he distributes to all the monkeys and his Gopa boy friends, and then he breaks the butter pot. He creates a big mess in the kitchen. Yashodamma already cleaned everything, and she decorated the whole house in preparation for Deepavali. And baby Krishna, he messed up everything. Then Mother Yashoda, she got angry, and she started chasing Krishna with a stick in her hand. And Krishna started running, Yashodamma started running behind. And Yashodamma is little heavy. So seeing Yashodamma running with great effort, and when Krishna noticed that Yashodamma was getting tired, Krishna used to stop after a few feet. He used to stop so that Yashodamma can try to catch him. And then the moment Krishna sees Yashodamma is almost near, Krishna would run again. So like that, he was running around, and then Yashodamma was following. And then finally, Yashodamma caught him. She caught baby Krishna and tied him around the grinding mortar, the Ullu Kala. That's why this Leela is also known as Ullu Kala Bandhan Leela. Ullu Kal Bandhan Leela or Damodara Leela. So Yashodamma ties Krishna around that grinding mortar, the Ullu Kala, with all the ropes that she finds in the house. She tries to bind him first, but no matter how much amount of rope she uses to bind him, she cannot bind. The rope was not sufficient to tie around the belly of Krishna. Then she borrows ropes from neighboring homes. Still it is not sufficient. And then the Acharyas describe finally Mother Yashoda was able to bind Krishna in two different ways. One reason the Acharyas give is looking at Mother Yashoda's tireless effort to tie Krishna around the grinding mortar. Krishna let her tie him. So every time Mother Yashoda was trying to tie Krishna, the rope was short by the length of 2 fingers. The rope was short all the time. The rope was short by the length of 2 fingers. Even if she borrowed ropes from neighboring homes, always it was short by 2 fingers. So Acharyas describe thus, these 2 fingers indicate 2 things. One is our sincerity, sincere effort in sadhana, and the second one is Krishna's mercy. So looking at Mother Yashoda's sincere effort to tie Krishna, finally Krishna, by his mercy, he let Mother Yashoda tie him. Until then, she was not able to tie Krishna. So these 2 fingers are very, very important. There is a great description about these 2 fingers in Damodar Leela given by Acharyas. Another reason the Acharyas gives how Yashodamma was able to tie Krishna around the grinding mortar is finally, when Radharani brought a rope from her home and gave it to Yashodamma, then Yashodamma was able to tie Krishna, indicating that we can obtain Krishna's love only through Radharani. In Mukundamala Stotra, we discussed Sri Vallabha, right? Sri Vallabha means we can obtain Narayana, Vishnu only through Sri Lakshmi Devi. Similarly, we can obtain Krishna's love only through Radharani. So we have to approach through the devotees. Instead of approaching Krishna directly, we have to approach Krishna through his devotees. Krishna himself tells this in Uddhava Gita, in Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam. Ye me bhakta jana partha, na me bhakta chate janaha, mad bhakta nam cha ye bhakta, te me bhakta tamo mataha. Krishna tells that if somebody says that they are my devotee, I do not consider them as my devotees. But if somebody says they are devotees of my devotee, then I consider them as my devotees. So Radharani bringing rope, then Yashodamma was able to bind Krishna. That shows that devotee or guru, spiritual master, is the only way to obtain Krishna and Krishna's love. So there are so many great lessons that we can learn from Damodar Leela. That itself can be a great discussion for 1 month or even more, even longer. And during this month, devotees sing Damodar Ashtakam. We sing in the temple, we can sing at home. And many of you memorized Damodar Ashtakam. We had some sessions in Bothal on the word-for-word meaning of Damodar Ashtakam. So much can be said about Damodar Ashtakam. So in this Karthik month, it is recommended to follow some vrata. Vrata means it is not like the typical, puja or, the Kunkuma puja or Katyayani vrata, something like that. It is not like that. Vrata means austerity. Something that you do consistently every day. That is vrata. Let's say somebody wants to follow some diet to reduce weight or to improve their health. Somebody wants to follow some diet. That's a vrata. That's an example for vrata. That's an austerity. As part of diet, they have to cut down so many things. They have to cut down sweets, high calorie foods. It's an austerity. So anything that you do as an austerity, that is called vrata. And in this Karthik month, several vratas are described or prescribed in the Padma Purana that can give immense benefit to the sadhakas. So one recommendation is to sing Damodar Ashtakam every day. Another recommendation is to read Bhagavad Gita, Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam, any scripture like Bhagavad Gita, Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam, and especially from Bhagavatam, Gajendra Stuti, prayers of Gajendra. Or if somebody is able to sing Gopi Geet every day, you can sing Gopi Geet every day. So reading of Shastras. So first one is Damodar Ashtakam, singing Damodar Ashtakam, then reading of Shastras, chanting the holy name, visiting Vrindavan if possible. I'm going to Vrindavan on 16th. So during Karthik time,
Wow.
so during Karthik time, lot of devotees, they go to Vrindavan.
Yes, Prabhuji.
So Vrindavan will be jam-packed during Karthik month. All the temples in Vrindavan, there will be heavy rush. So it will be, every day will be a festival there. So visiting holy places like Vrindavan, Mathura, Dwaraka, Ayodhya, any holy place actually. So there are many recommendations given in Padma Purana that one can practice during this Karthik month to get immense benefit. Any bhakti sadhana that we do in this Karthik month has benefit of multifold. Let's say you recite Gajendra prayers during normal days. Definitely there is a benefit. But the same Gajendra Stuti, if you recite during Karthik month, there is an immense benefit. Similarly, Bhagavad Gita, any chapter of Bhagavad Gita, you can take one chapter of Bhagavad Gita and try to recite that every day. Same chapter you can recite every day. Or you can recite all 18 chapters, one chapter a day. Whatever inspires you. So somehow we have to do this austerity of giving more time to Krishna. Austerity means we are sacrificing something, right? A person who is following diet is sacrificing sweets, he is sacrificing high calorie foods, and so on. Like that, what are we sacrificing here as sadhaka bhaktas? We can sacrifice our time. We can give our time to Krishna by indulging in all these spiritual activities. Reading scriptures, chanting more names, visiting temple every day, singing Damodarashtakam, visiting holy places, taking more association of devotees during this time. So Karthik has greater benefits. And one most important thing that everybody has to do, which can be done very easily in Karthik month or Damodara month, is offering a ghee lamp. Offering a ghee lamp to Radha Krishna. So if you come to Samamish temple, the ghee lamps are given in the temple. So you can light it up and then offer to Radha Krishna and all the deities on the altar.
Tulsi also, Prabhuji. In our home, we do it Tulsi.
Yeah. Yes, you can offer a Tulsi stick also. You can light up a Tulsi stick and then offer it to the deities. At home also, you can make ghee wicks and then offer to the deities.
No, what I'm saying is we give one diya, one deepak every day to Tulsi also. In our
Tulsi also, yeah. But there is also one practice in which people who have big Tulsi Maharani, plant at home, they can find these dry sticks, right, from the stems, from the branches of Tulsi plant. So they can light up those sticks and offer to Radha Krishna, because Tulsi is very dear to Krishna. So during this Karthik month, they offer Tulsi sticks also as deepa, or as diya, as lamp. So the most important thing are these two. One is offering ghee lamp every day, if possible morning and evening, if not one time a day. This is one thing that we have to do every day. And another thing is discussing Bhagavatam, discussing Krishna Katha. So that's why I thought we have been, until yesterday or until last week, we have been discussing Mukundamala Stotra. Before that, we discussed Rukmini prayers. So this has been going on very nicely for past few months or so. Everybody became so addicted to Krishna Katha. And I thought of pausing Mukundamala Stotra for some time and then start discussing Bhagavatam. But then again, as I was contemplating more on it, right? How can we pause Mukundamala Stotra? How can we stop it? This is so relishable. Mukundamala Stotra is our dearmost stotram of all. So what I have decided is we can intertwine Mukundamala Stotra during our discussions on Bhagavatam. So in Bhagavatam, whenever we are discussing something about Shravanam, Kirtanam, Smaranam, or glories of holy name, then we can discuss about Mukundamala Stotra shlokas that time. So we already discussed 18 shlokas. There are about 60 shlokas total. So we will intertwine Mukundamala Stotra discussion in between. So that way we will continue discussing Mukundamala Stotra throughout our lifetime. I hope that this call will continue until the end of our life. So that way Mukundamala Stotra also will discuss throughout all the discussions until the end of life. So okay. So with that said, before we go to the discussion of Gajendra Stuti or the Leela of Gajendra Moksham, any quick questions, comments, reflections? I see so many new people have joined. So I just want to pause for a second and see if there is any quick question, comment, reflection. Hare Krishna, Chandana Mataji, Champaka Gopika.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Dandavad Pranam.
Thank you for joining.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Thank you so much for this wonderful katha. Yeah, I'm so happy to hear from you, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Thank you. Okay, we have Apurva. Hi, Apurva. Okay, maybe you're on mute.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Thank
Hare
you so
Krishna.
much.
How are you?
I'm doing good. Thank you. Thank you so much for this session. Already feeling very nice listening to all the information that you're sharing. So thank you so much. Hare Krishna.
Good. Thank you.
Prabhuji, Govardhan Leela also took place in this month, right, Prabhuji?
Yes, many wonderful things happened in this month. Sharad Purnima, the Rasa Leela happened in this month. Damodar Leela happened in this month. Deepavali happened in this month. Govardhan Leela happened in this month. So many things happened in this month actually.
Actually, Damodar Leela became important. Why means in this Leela only Paramatma surrounded to Jivatma. That's the reason this Leela became very important. You said in the Bothal class, Prabhuji.
Why it became so?
So many Leelas performed by Krishna, but only this Leela, why it is important means in this Leela only Krishna surrendered to Jivatma. That's why it became very important, you said.
Yes,
So in what way Gajendra Moksham became like significant in this month? Is there any reason, Prabhuji?
Yeah. Sure, we'll discuss that.
Okay.
So yeah, so since Sarita brought up this point, right? And by the way, from last year, if you all remember, Sarita and her daughter Himanvi, they both portrayed like Yashodamma and Krishna. So she sent a video. We all saw that. So Sarita was Yashoda and Himanvi was Krishna. So how she tied Himanvi around some grinding mortar. So that was a beautiful video.
Yes. Hare Krishna, Prabhuji, you remembered that. Thank you so much. Yeah, Himanvi, that's why he remembered that story. Whenever we ask, she will tell the story. We pretended like that, no? So she remembered that story.
Yeah. Yeah, a picture or an image is worth of 1,000 words. So you may forget what you hear or what you speak or what you read, but if you see an image or a video, that stays with you forever. So that's why Krishna comes. See, first Krishna appears in the literary incarnation in the form of Bhagavad Gita or Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam to give pleasure to the devotees and to re-establish religion. But then Krishna himself realized that may not be sufficient. They may want to see me. That's why Krishna appears personally from time to time, millennium after millennium. In every yuga, Krishna appears in different forms. So that when we see him or when we hear from somebody who has seen him, then we can connect to it better. Okay. So Krishna performed so many leelas that are described in Bhagavatam. And we celebrate all those leelas 1 day, 2 days, or maximum 3 days. Even Janmashtami, such an important festival. Janmashtami also we celebrate only 1 day. If it happens during the weekend, we may celebrate Friday, Saturday, Sunday. But only this Damodara Leela, this Damodara month, Kartika month, we celebrate 30 days. Why? Why not other Leelas? Why not Govardhan Leela we celebrate 30 days? Why Janmashtami is not celebrated 1 full month? So the reason is, this is the Leela. Damodar Leela is the only Leela in which Krishna came under the control of a devotee. Krishna tells in Bhagavatam, Aham bhakta paradino hi asvatantra ivadvija sadavo grasta hrudayam bhaktair bhakta janapriyaha. Aham bhakta paradino hi. I am always controlled by my devotees. Asvatantra ivadvijaha. And I am not independent. Krishna is saying he is not independent. Krishna is that Paramatma, who is Krishna in the form of Paramatma, who is guiding everyone, who is making everybody dependent on him. And now he is saying he is not independent. Asvatantra. So Asvatantra and Paradina, these two are possible only because of the unalloyed love of devotees. When devotees show this unalloyed love, Ananya Mamata Prema, then Krishna comes under the control of them. So Damodar Leela is a showcase. It's a showcase showing the unalloyed love of Mother Yashoda and how Krishna came under the control of Mother Yashoda. That's why this Leela is celebrated for 1 full month. Okay. So now, Gajendra Leela. Coming to Gajendra Leela. This Leela, Gajendra Leela, is also known as Gajendra Leela Stava. Stava means king. Stava means king. There are so many Leelas in Bhagavatam, right? But Gajendra Leela is described as the king of all the Leelas. The king of all the Leelas. Parikshit Maharaj, as many of you know the story of Bhagavatam, how Bhagavatam began in the very first place. So Parikshit Maharaj, he was cursed to die in 7 days, and he asked Shukadev Goswami, what is my duty? to do in these 7 days? What is the best thing or what is the right thing to do in these 7 days before I die? Then Shukadeva Goswami started explaining Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam. And then as Shukadeva Goswami was describing many leelas of Krishna, whenever there is any great importance, or whenever Parishit Maharaj connects to some leela so deeply, then he would pause. He would pause and ask Parishit Maharaj to elaborate more on that, spend more time on that. So like that, when Shukadeva Goswami was describing 7th canto, 7th canto is all about Prahlada and Narsimhadev. There are beautiful Prahlada prayers in 7th canto that we will discuss during next year, 2026, Narsimha Chaturdashi time. During April-May time frame, we will discuss Prahlada prayers. So, 7th canto is also very important. But then after, as soon as Shukadeva Goswami finished 7th canto, and then he started describing about the story of an elephant. How the elephant showed surrender to Krishna. As soon as Parikshit Maharaj heard this sentence from Shukadeva Goswami, saying that now I am going to explain you the story of an elephant, how the elephant showed surrender to Krishna. Parikshit Maharaj became very curious. He became so interested that until now he has been hearing the stories of different devotees who are human beings, like Prahlada and all other devotees in the previous cantos. But now this is the first time where an animal is showing surrender to the Supreme Lord. He became so intrigued, so interested, very curious. And he paused, and Shukadeva Goswami was trying to rush, because he has only 7 days to finish Bhagavatam, right? So he was trying to rush, telling the story of Gajendra. But Parikshit Maharaj paused and asked Shukadeva Goswami to describe this Leela in great detail. So that is described in 8th canto. So 7th canto is Prahlad. 7th canto is full of, the entire canto is dedicated to Prahlad and Narsimhadev. 8th canto, there are 3 chapters in which Gajendra prayers and the Leela, these things are described. We will be discussing the Leela, Gajendra Leela, and then we'll go to the prayers of Gajendra. We will recite all the shlokas of Gajendra Stuti, and then we'll start discussing the word for word meaning, and then the discussion of every shloka. 1 shloka per day, or maybe 1 word per day, based on how we did Mukundamala Stotra and Rukmini prayers and others. Hope we will not spend like that. We'll try to do 1 shloka per day. So that way, that there are the Gajendra prayers are described in Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam, Canto 8, Chapter 3. Chapter 1 and 3, 1, 2 and 3 talk about Gajendra Leela. And Chapter 3, Gajendra prayers. And Chapter 3 ends how Vishnu comes and protects Gajendra. So because this is out of ordinary, the surrender of this devotee is out of ordinary. Gajendra is not a human being, but how he was able to show his surrender to Krishna, how he surrendered to Krishna and when to Vishnu, and when Vishnu appeared in front of him, he does not even want protection from crocodile. So he only wants Paramapada, some service at the lotus feet of Vishnu. Initially, he was only praying for protection. He was trying to save his life from crocodile. But when Vishnu appeared, he surrendered completely, and he does not want anything. He was not even interested in saving his life. He was just interested only in serving the lotus feet of Vishnu. So an elephant showing complete surrender to the Supreme Lord is very rare. That's why this Leela became the king of all Leelas. Leela Stava. Or Stavaraj. Okay? Leela Stavaraj. Like Radhikashtakam, one of the Ashtakams is called Radhikashtakam. Radhikashtakam is also called as Stavaraj. The king of all stotrams, the king of all Ashtakams is Radhikashtakam. Written by Lord Shiva himself. Radhikashtakam was written by Lord Shiva. So, like that, this Leela, Gajendra Leela, is very, very beautiful. The prayers are very beautiful. So, Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam is full of this Amrita. When you hear Bhagavatam, every day feels like a festival. In the Glories of Bhagavatam, there is a beautiful shloka that glorifies Bhagavatam like this. Tadeva ramyam ruchiram navam navam Tadeva shashvat manasa mahotsavam Tadeva shokarnava shoshanam runam Yaduttama shloka yashonugiyate. Tadeva ramyam ruchiram navam navam. Ramyam. What is ramyam? This Bhagavatam is ramyam. What is the meaning of the word ramyam?
Engrossed.
What?
Engrossed in.
Engrossed in. No.
Beauty.
Attractive.
Beauty, Prabhuji.
Yeah. Can somebody sing a line from Mukundamala Stotra that has this word Ramya? Mukundamala favorites.
There is one sloka starting with Ramya.
Yeah.
Fourth one, I think. Fourth one. Ramya Rama.
Rama Mrudutanulata Nandanena
Mridutanulata Nandanena Pirantum Bhave Bhave Bhavane Bhavaye. Yeah. So how can we forget Mukundamala Stotra? We cannot. So every day we will remember Mukundamala Stotra. Every day we'll discuss. Initially, I was only planning on doing it for 1 or 2 months until we finish all the shlokas. But now Kulshekhar Alvar and Mukunda has a different plan for us. They are asking us to discuss Mukundamala Stotra every single day, which we'll be doing it. So Ramyam means attractive, beautiful, attractive. Okay. So Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam is very attractive. Once you taste the nectar of Bhagavatam, then you will know how attractive it is. You cannot imagine life without Bhagavatam. Yesterday I met with Shyamala in the temple and we were discussing the same thing. That after reading Bhagavad Gita and Bhagavatam, if we look back about and think about our past life before Bhagavatam and before Bhagavad Gita, so how did we even live? How did we even lead this life without Bhagavad Gita and Bhagavatam? So we were thinking on those lines. So this is Ramyam. Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam is Ramyam, very attractive. And that's the purpose why Krishna appears as Bhagavatam to give this attraction to the sadhakas, so that they are inspired to get out of this material world and go back to spiritual world. Bhagavad Gita, Krishna tells in 4th chapter, Paritranaya sadhunam vinashaya chadushkrutam dharma samsthapanarthaya sambhavami yuge yuge. Yada yada hi dharmasya glanir bhavati bharata apyuttanam adharmasya tadatmanam srujamyaham. So, in the Paritranaya sadhunam shloka, Paritranaya sadhunam, I appear millennium after millennium to deliver my devotees, to give pleasure to my devotees. So how Krishna gives pleasure to his devotees? When Krishna appears in Rama Avatara, Krishna Avatara, Narsimha Avatara, then Krishna gives pleasure to the devotees. Similarly, this Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam is non-different from Krishna. Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam pratyaksha Krishna evahi. Padma Purana glorifies. Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam is not different from Krishna. Just like how Krishna is attractive, Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam is also ramyam, attractive. Then ruchiram, next word is ruchiram. Tadeva ramyam ruchiram navam navam. Ramyam is attractive. Ruchiram, what is ruchiram? Tasteful, tasty. Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam is nectar, and obviously nectar is very tasty. And this ramyam and ruchiram, they go hand in hand. Whatever is tasty, that is attractive. And whatever is attractive, that is tasty also. So ramyam and ruchiram, they both go hand in hand. Just like sugar and sweet. Sugar, the nature, the property of sugar is sweetness. You cannot separate sweetness from sugar. Similarly, you cannot separate ramyam and ruchiram. These two are together. So, Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam, Tadeva ramyam ruchiram navam navam. Navam navam means ever fresh, youthful. The Leelas of Krishna described in Bhagavatam, they appear very fresh. The same Damodar Leela, we discuss this every year. It's the same story, right? Yashodamma binding Krishna. It is the same story. But we relish it just like how it happened like yesterday. Krishna performed this Leela 5,000 years ago. And since 5,000 years, every day, every year, or even during the year, many times during the year, people either read or discuss or hear this Damodar Leela. But still, it appears fresh, very new. Navam navam. Just like how Krishna is always very youthful, very young and youthful, very beautiful. Krishna never, after, they say after 16 or 25, Krishna never ages. He always looks very young. Navanava yavana manam. That is a phrase used to describe Krishna. Navanava yavana manam. Like that, Bhagavatam is also navam navam. Tadeva ramyam ruchiram navam navam. Tadeva manasa mahotsavam. No, before that. Tadeva ramyam ruchiram navam navam. Tadeva shokar. No. Tadeva manasa mahotsavam. Yeah, correct. Manasa Mahotsavam. This Bhagavatam brings festival to the mind. Manasa Mahotsavam. So whenever you hear Bhagavatam, that means there is a festival. Festival means it's not only on Janmashtami day, it's not only on Deepavali day, it's not only on Sharad Purnima day, it's not only on Govardhan Leela day, it's not only on Ramanavami day. But whenever we hear and discuss Bhagavatam, there is a festival in our mind. Manasa Mahotsavam. Tadeva Shokarnava Shoshanam Runam. Shoka Arnava. The jivas in the material world are drowning in this Shokarnava, in the ocean called distress, in the ocean called lamentation, in the ocean of tears. And the only thing that uplifts the jivas from this ocean is Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam. Tadeva Shokarnava Shoshanam Runam. Yaduttama Shloka Yashonu Giyate. Yaduttama Shloka Yashonu Giyate. This Bhagavatam glorifies that Uttama Shloka. Uttama Shloka is one of the names of Krishna. Bhagavatam glorifies Krishna with choicest poetry. Yaduttama Shloka Yashonu Giyate. So there are many leelas in Bhagavatam, very beautiful. We can, this one life is not sufficient to relish Bhagavatam. You take any leela, there's so much nectar to describe. Okay. Now, coming back to Gajendra Leela. So this is what we're going to do every day. Every day in the beginning of the call, we're going to recite all the shlokas of Gajendra Stuti from Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam, Canto 8, Chapter 3. That takes about 10 minutes, 7 to 10 minutes. And you can start memorizing these shlokas. If not everything, at least there are some few important shlokas. You can start memorizing those. So we'll recite all the shlokas and then we will discuss one shloka at a time and some interactive discussion, some questions like that. That's how it goes. For those of you who joined newly, I'm explaining the format. Others who have been traveling, together for last few months, they already know the format. But for the new people, this is the format. So we have another 15 minutes. So today I can talk about the Leela, and then from tomorrow onwards we can start reciting the shlokas.
So for recitation, Prabhuji.
What?
Can we recite also, please?
Oh, you want to recite the shlokas also today?
Yeah, Sharad Purnima, Prabhuji. Really feel like reciting.
Okay, sure. We can recite the shlokas also. So let me do that first, and then we can discuss some Leela. So Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam, Canto 8, titled as Withdrawal of the Cosmic Creations. The canto name is Withdrawal of the Cosmic Creations. Like Pralaya. There is Shrishti, Sthiti, Laya, right? Shrishti is creation, Sthiti is maintenance, and Laya is the destruction. Laya or Pralaya. So withdrawal of cosmic creations means this canto talks about how the Laya happens, how the destruction of the material world happens. So in Canto 8, Ashtamaskanda. This chapter, chapter 3, is Gajendra's prayers of surrender. Let's look at all the chapter names related to Gajendra. Chapter 2, the elephant Gajendra's crisis. How Gajendra was caught by the crocodile. That is described in chapter 2. Chapter 1 is not related to Gajendra at all. It talks about Manus and other details about the universe, the material world, etc. So Gajendra Leela starts from chapter 2, how the elephant was caught by the crocodile. And chapter 3, Gajendra's prayers. Chapter 4, Gajendra returns to the spiritual world. These 3 chapters. Okay. So the prayers of Gajendra are in chapter 3. So the first shloka is recited by Shukadeva Goswami, also known as Badarayani. So we'll skip that and then start from Gajendra prayers. So from shloka number 2 onwards are the Gajendra prayers until 29. Okay. So there are 28 shlokas. Gajendra prayers has 28 shlokas. So for today, I will recite the shlokas. You just hear so that you will get familiar with the tune and everything. And from tomorrow, we can recite these shlokas in a call and repeat fashion. I will recite 2 lines and you can repeat after that. But for today, you just hear. Shri Gajendra Uvacha Om Namo Bhagavate Tasmai Yata Etat Chitatmakam Purushayadi Bhijaya Pareshaya Bidhimahi Yasmin Idham Yataschedham Yenedham Ya Idam Swayam Yosmat Parasmat Chaparas Tam Prabhadhye Swayam Bhuvam Yasvatmanidam Nijamaya Kvachid Vibatam Kvachatatirohitam Aviddadrushakshubhayam Tadikshate Saatmamulo Vatumam Paratparaha Kalena Panchatvamitesu Kritshnasho Lokeshu Paleshu Cha Sarvahetushu Tamastadasid Gahanam Gabiram Yastasya Parebi Virajite Vibhuhu Nayasya Deva Rishaya Padam Vidur Jantu Punakorhati Gantumiritum Yata Natasya Kritibir Vicheshtato Duratyayanukramatak Samavatu Didikshavo Yasya Padam Sumangalam Vimukta Sangha Munayas Susadhavaha Charantyalokavritamar Avranam Vane Bhutatma Bhuta Suhruda Same Gatihi Na Vidyate Yasya Cha Janma Karma Va Na Nama Rupe Gunadosha Eva Va Tadhapi Lokapyaya Sambhavayayaha Samayayatanyanukala Tasmai Nama Pareshaya Brahmane Nantashaktaye Arupayo Rurupaya Nama Ascharya Karmane Nama Atma Pradhipaya Sakshine Paramatmane Namo Giram Viduraya Manasaschettasamapi सत्त्वेन प्रतिलब्धाय नैष्कर्म्येन विपश्चिता नम कैवल्यनाथाय निर्वाणसुखसंविदे नमः शान्ताय घोराय मूढाय गुणधर्मिणे निर्विशेषाय साम्याय नमो ज्ञानघनाय च क्षेत्रज्ञाय नमस्तुभ्यं सर्वाध्यक्षाय साक्षिणे पुरुषायात्ममूलाय मूलप्रकृतये नमः सर्वेन्द्रियगुणद्रष्टे सर्वप्राप्तये सर्वप्रत्ययहेतवे असताच्छाय योक्ताय सदाभासाय ते नमः नमो नमस्ते किल कारणाय निष्कारणाय अद्भुतकारणाय सर्वागमाम्नाय महार्णवाय नमोपवर्गाय परायणाय गुणारणिच्छन्न चिदुसंपाय तत्क्षोभविशूर्जिता मानसाय नैष्कर्म्यभावेन विवर्जितागमा स्वयं प्रकाशाय नमस्करोमि मादृक्प्रपन्नपशुपाशविमोक्षणाय मुक्ताय भूरि करुणाय नमो लयाय स्वांशेन सर्वतनुभृन्मनसि प्रतीता प्रत्यदृशे भगवते बृहते नमस्ते आत्मात्मजाप्तगृहवित्तज्ञनेषु शक्तैर्दुष्प्रापणाय गुणसङ्गविवर्जिताय मुक्तात्मभिः स्वहृदये परिभाविताय ज्ञानात्मने भगवते नम ईश्वराय यं धर्मकामार्थविमुक्तिकामा भजन्त इष्टां गतिमाप्नुवन्ति किं चाशिशोरात्यपि देहमव्ययम् करोतु मेधभ्रदयो विमोक्षणम् एकान्तिनो यस्य न काञ्चनार्थम् वाञ्छन्ति ये वै भगवत्प्रपन्नाः अत्यद्भुतं तच्चरितं सुमङ्गलं गायन्त आनन्दसमुद्रमग्नाः तदक्षरं ब्रह्म परं परेशम् अव्यक्तमाध्यात्मिकयोगगम्यम् अतीन्द्रियं सूक्ष्ममिवातिदूरम् अनन्तमाद्यं परिपूर्णमीडे यस्य ब्रह्मादयो देवा वेदा लोकाश्चराचराः नामरूपविभेदेन फल्ग्या च कलया कृताः यथार्चिषोऽग्ने सवितुर्गभस्तयो निर्यान्ति सम्याक्षरात् स्वरोचिषः तथा यतोऽयं गुणसम्प्रवर्हो बुद्धिर्मनःखानि शरीरसर्गाः स वै न देवासुरमर्त्यतिर्यन् न स्त्री न सङ्घो न पुमान् न जन्तुः नायं गुणः कर्म न सन्न न चासन् निषेधशेषो जयतादशेषः जिजीष्वेनाहमिहामुया किम् अन्तर्बहिश्चावर्तयेध्यन्यः इच्छामि कालेन न यस्य विप्लवस् तस्यात्मलोकावरणस्य मोक्षम् सोऽहं विश्वसृजं विश्वम् अविश्वं विश्ववेदसम् विश्वात्मानम् अजं ब्रह्म प्रणतोऽस्मि परं पदम् योगरन्दितकर्माणो हृदि योगविधीवते योगिनो यं प्रपश्यन्ति योगेशं तं नतोऽस्म्यहम् नमो नमस्तुभ्यम् असव्यवेगा असह्यवेगा शक्तित्रया किल धीगुणाय प्रपन्नपालाय दुरन्तशक्तये कदिन्द्रियाणाम् अनवाप्यवर्त्मने नायं वेदस्वमात्मानं यच्चक्त्याहं धियः हतं तं दुरत्ययमाहात्म्यं भगवन्तम् इतोऽस्म्यहम् हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे. So this is how it goes. So tomorrow we can do this in call and repeat fashion. So everybody can practice recitation of the shlokas. Everybody should have a goal in life. What is the goal? In this lifetime, we should recite all the prayers of Bhagavatam at least once. We should not die without reciting Kunti prayers. We should not die without reciting Gajendra prayers. We should not die without reciting Bhishma Stuti. We should not die without reciting Arjuna's prayers. Arjuna prayers are very beautiful. Arjuna, when Krishna is departing to his spiritual world, Swadama, Arjuna expresses great lamentation. Something similar to how gopis expressed when Krishna disappeared from Rasalila. So my music teacher, she just taught me Arjuna prayers last week. Very beautiful. That was the first time I learned Arjuna prayers. And I never realized they are so beautiful. So, all these stories, we all know all the stories. Gajendra Leela, everybody knows. Gajendra Moksham, everybody knows. But the prayers, it is very important. We should, the meaning and all, it takes several years to understand the meaning of all the prayers, all the stutis in Bhagavatam. It takes long time. But at least, just the recitation of the shlokas, we should be able to do in this lifetime. And that's our goal. In this call, we will be able to achieve that. So during this 1 month, we will be discussing Gajendra Stuti. And then after that, we'll think about something. So by doing this, we will develop a taste for Bhagavatam. We will develop a taste for Krishna Katha. So all these devotees who offered beautiful prayers, Kunti prayers, how beautiful they are. How beautiful they are. Bhishma Stuti. I mean, the more you discuss, the more you learn these prayers, You will come to a stage where you can't live without hearing those every day. There is so much of nectar overflowing. We should not miss. This is how we can develop feelings and emotions for Krishna. When we hear from the stories of these different devotees in Bhagavatam, how they expressed their feelings, how they offered their prayers to Krishna, only then we will learn how to develop feelings for Krishna and how to offer prayers. So that's our goal. So it's already 10 o'clock. The Leela, the story of Gajendra Leela, we will discuss tomorrow. Tomorrow we'll recite the shlokas, discuss the Leela, and then start with the first shloka. I really appreciate all of you. There are many new people joined, and even the old timers, the seniors. Yeah, you also stayed back until 10 o'clock. Nobody dropped off in between. That shows your commitment to learn Gajendra Stuti. So together we will go through this wonderful journey of learning Gajendra Stuti, and we'll see how nectarian it is. So before we wrap up, any quick question, comment, reflection?
Why is called Gajendra?
Gaja plus Indra. Gaja means elephant. Indra means king. The king of elephants. The story of Gajendra Leela happened in heavenly planets. In heavenly planets, the kings are even more powerful than the kings on the Bhuloka. In the Bhuloka, generally, when there is a fight between an elephant and a lion, for example, the lion always wins. Lion is more powerful than elephant. That's why in Sanskrit there is a law, or there is a rule called Gajasimha Nyaya. There are different laws, different rules in Sanskrit. For example, Chandrashaka Nyaya. Chandrashaka Nyaya means, like if you want to show, let's say you have a 2-year-old child. You want to show moon in the sky to your child. So you point up in the sky and tell your child that, see, you see that beautiful moon there? But the child in 2 years age, the child has limited ability to see things of that far. Then what you do is, you help the child see through the branches of a tree that is nearby. So you want to have your child focus on one point and through that lens try to see the moon. So first you ask the child to look at the branches, in between the branches of a tree. So you stand in front of a tree and you ask the child to see in between the branches. That is Shaka. The branch is called Shaka. And through the Shaka, through the branches, you show the moon to your child. So first you ask the child to see through the branches. The child will say, yes, I can see the branches of the tree. And then the mother will say, now keep looking through these branches very carefully. And then you will see the moon. Now this Nyaya in Sanskrit is used, Chandrashaka Nyaya is used to describe the unknown using known. If you don't know about something, if you don't know how great Krishna is, then you look at Mount Rainier and try to understand how great Krishna is. So Chandrashaka Nyaya. Like that, there is a Nyaya called Grama Simha Nyaya. That means if there is one person who is always winning in a debate, in a philosophical debate or in a poetry related debate or something, in Ashtavadanam or something like that, let's say one single person is winning all the time, then that is called Grama Simha Nyaya. So Simha is always winning. But now this is the situation in Bhuloka. But in the heavenly planets, also, the Simha wins many times. But this particular elephant, called our Gajendra, when there is a fight between this Gajendra and the Simha, this Gajendra always wins. In fact, as soon as the lion sees this Gajendra, the lion will disappear. So that how powerful this Gajendra is, or our Gajendra is. He is so powerful. That's why he's called Indra. Indra means king. In heavenly planets, in Svargaloka, there are different devatas, Indra, Varuna, Vayu, Agni, and so on. And who is the head of all these? Who is the king of all these devatas? Indra, right? Indra is the king of all the devatas.
Like we say Raja like that here, there Indra.
Yeah, like Raja, there Indra. So
yeah, that's what I think. Why it is not Gajaraja, why it is Gajendra? Like
yeah, Indra means king also. So he is the king of elephants. He is the most powerful elephant, and very, he is the king of elephants. That's why Gajendra.
thank you.
So the thing is, such a powerful elephant was also caught by a crocodile. So there's a beautiful lesson from that that we can discuss tomorrow. Okay, so is everyone committed to continue this journey at least for this 1 month and learn Gajendra Stuti in full? So raise your hand, or so something on Zoom, like everybody is doing. Yeah, good. I see so many people are committed. Yeah, good, very good. I'm happy to see all this. Yeah, very good. So every day is a festival. Manasa Mahotsavam. Yeah, Shruti is celebrating with firecrackers. Festival firecrackers. Okay. Mangalam Kosalendraya Mahaniya Gunatmane Chakravarti Tanujaya Sarvabhaumaya Mangalam. Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam ki jai. Granthara Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam ki jai. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Thank you everyone for joining. Hare Krishna.
Jai Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Prabhuji.